And welcome to Just for Clicks, guys. This is Michael Buckeye. This is live, this is raw, this is uncut sports talk on this Wednesday morning. It's a little bit of rainy here in southern Indiana. We have the remnants of Hurricane Barry bearing down on us the last day and a half or so. Nice bombing, 75 degrees. It's going to get hot. It's supposed to be like 100 degrees for the rest of the week. But you know what? That just means NFL season is that much closer. The football season is that much closer. When it's 110 degrees outside, 60 to 70 to 80% humidity, feels like 110, 120, 20 degrees. That just means football is closer. That means the kids are out there working their ass off, sweating balls, getting swamp ass, just hating life. But guys, NFL season is only 49 days away. Wrap your head around that. 49 days away. However, it could be here even sooner if the NFL does what an anonymous person presented to the NFL. I looked for this guy's name, guys, over and over and over, and I could just not find it anywhere. He did not want to put his name to this, like apparently. But if the NFL adapts this 18-game season like this man proposed, he's going to come out and say, oh, I was a ringleader of that. I thought of that. I thought of that. I'm bringing the NFL $2.2 billion more. Did you guys hear that? In just two regular season games, the NFL will profit $2.2 billion. That is from ticket sales. That is from ad revenue, jersey sales, food, TV deals, all that good stuff. $2.2 billion. So, first things first is, do I think the NFL should adapt this 18-game season? Well, I'm going to present to you this as a business owner, as the side of the owners, as the sides of the NFL. Roger Goodell, or not Roger. Is it Roger Goodell anymore? Shit, I don't even know the fool's name. His name's slipping my mind. Yeah, it's got to be Roger Goodell. I don't really know. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. But the side of the business. I mean, obviously, it makes business sense. You have an extra home game because you have two extra games. One on the road, one at home. You have an extra game to just pad your pockets a little bit more. Get a part of that $2.2 billion that the NFL as a whole will bring in those two games. So, you're looking at $100 million maybe, give or take. Maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less, just depending on the size of your market, how good your team is. Okay, awesome. Your team gets two more games of exposure, on that TV, on ESPN's talking about you. I'm talking about you. Marcus and Mike show's talking about you. The Charles Moat show's talking about you. The Mason Oakley show's talking about you. First Take, Barbershop Talk. Shout out to all those RTF shows, guys. We are loaded with shows. I think we're up to 13 or 14 podcasts. If you guys have not checked this out yet, check us out. There's a little bit of something for everybody. There's comedy in the morning. There's sports talk. There's couple tips. There's veteran tips. Veteran talk. There's so much happening. But back to our topic. I like a choice here. As a business owner, as a part of the NFL money side of things, as a team owner, I want the 18-game season. You can cut out those two extra preseason games. Meaning we only need two preseason games anyways. So just mark those other two preseason games as regular season games. Fill up the stadium. Sell some jerseys, sell some hot dogs, sell those $10 beers. Hey, I'm living life. I'm having a grand old time. I'm padding my pockets even that much more. But let's jump on this. Let me tell you what this guy proposed. Okay, so the owners They don't want to pay the players anymore. The NFL doesn't want to pay players anymore. So what this guy proposed is, hey, players, you can only play 16 games in a year. But those 2 extra games, you have to sit out two games a year. So 2 games a year, everybody has to sit out. They can't be in pads or helmet. They have to be in street clothes, or suit and tie, or jeans and a hoodie, or whatever. They have to be in street clothes for 2 full games. Okay, cool. So I'm still only playing 16 games, but my team's playing 18 games. So then this what-if scenario starts to come. I'm up here. My mind is kind of jumping all over the place here. Now I am back into the mindset of a coach here, or a general manager. Okay, so I'm going to speak about the Kansas City Chiefs a little bit here. So I have to set out Patrick Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, the Honey Badger, Kelvin Benjamin, Brian Pringle from K-State, my Kansas State Wildcats. Shout out to that man. I had to set those guys out 2 games. So basically, I have to give myself 2 losses in a season. I mean, more than likely, yes, because the games that you sit out your players, the other team may not. So you have to find that team on your schedule that's going to be a cupcake win. This year, the Kansas City Chiefs, I think the easiest game we have is the Detroit Lions. Do I sit all my starters on the Detroit Lions game? Dude, any given Sunday, this is what is awesome about the NFL. Any given Sunday, any team can beat anybody. It is shown week in and week out. Yes, you have your dominant teams, but still, even if the dominant team, like the Kansas City Chiefs, okay, so let's take the Kansas City Chiefs last year. They're the high-flying offense. Patrick Mahomes throwing for 5,200 yards, throwing 53 touchdowns, slinging the ball all over the place. Defense was horrible, but the offense won them a lot of games. But they were 13-3. Let's take the 0-16 Detroit Lions, put them up there. Let me try to think of who they had. They had Megatron, Calvin Johnson. They had Matt Stafford. They had a really good tailback too. What was that guy's name? Can't think of his name right now. But they were a pretty solid team. The ball just did not bounce their way at all that season. They could beat them. The 0-16 Detroit Lions season could beat the 13-3 Kansas City Chiefs from last year. It's just any given Sunday. So you are basically assuring yourself 2 losses in a season. What if you missed the playoffs by 1 game? What if you missed the playoffs because the backup quarterback, Chase Daniels, throws 2 interceptions to lose the game? Okay. Yes, every team has to go through that, but as a fan now we're talking as a fan, I would be livid. I would be fucking pissed off if my team had to sit my starting quarterback, Patrick Mahomes, for 2 games to watch Chase Daniels be in the opportunity to beat the Buffalo Bills, the Detroit Lions, but to throw 2 game-ending interceptions, 2 game-ending pick sixes. That would chat my ass for... That would make me more upset than Dee Ford being offsides. Dee Ford cost the Kansas City Chiefs the Super Bowl berth this past season because he was lined up offsides. Not just a half yard, fucking 5 yards. What a dumbass. That would make me even more mad if we lost, or if we got bumped out of the playoffs because our backup quarterback had to play 2 games. Not because Patrick Mahomes got hurt. Yeah, that would be okay. I could live with that. we were in the situation, but just the fact that he had to sit 2 games because of this new 18-game policy, that would be a very upsetting, very chapping of the ass, very asinine, ass to 10, ass to 11, ass to 12. But nonetheless, then I got to thinking, well, what if they didn't have to sit out 2 games? Would I be okay with that? I mean, I love football. I love watching football every Sunday. I love my wife makes queso. We started eating queso about 12 o'clock, 12:30 in the afternoon. Games come on at 1. Usually by halftime of the first game, sometimes we're snoozing because we are in a market where we don't get Kansas City Chiefs games. We are in the market where we don't get her Green Bay Packers. I mean, we get to watch the Cincinnati Bengals all the time. I don't care for them, but it's football, and I love football. So then we wake back up, get some more queso. By this time, the Dallas Cowboys are coming on. That 4 o'clock prime time spot, 4:25, because that's America's team and that's America's time slot, and that's what time the Cowboys play. Sunday night football. I mean, it is. I love football. So as a fan that your favorite player doesn't have to sit out 2 games, I would be okay with 18 games. But I'm also a guy that worries about stats. I like throwing for 5,000 yards is a rarity. Running for 2,000 yards is a rarity. Getting 20 plus sacks in a season is a rarity. You give those players 2 more games to get those milestone stats, it's going to become the norm. 5,000 yards is going to become the norm. 2,000 yards in a season is going to become the norm. Then you got to think about all these records that people have. Emmitt Smith has the most rushing yards ever. Ezekiel Elliott, if he played 18 games, he could break that in 7 seasons. Why I say 7 seasons? Because 2 times 7 is 14 more. Okay, let's say 8 seasons. 8 times 2 is 16 more games. That's a full extra season. So instead of being 8 seasons that he broke the record in or whatever, it's going to be 7 seasons. So the stats are going to be so skewed and so lopsided, be breaking NFL records week in and week out. It wouldn't make sense. Then I think about it as a fan standpoint about, well, what if they had to sit out 2 games? What if my favorite player had to sit out 2 games? I went to an NBA game last season. I believe it was the Pacers game. Well, it was the Pacers game, but they were playing the Cleveland Cavaliers. I basically went there to see LeBron James. LeBron James sit out that game. He was on a load management game. I was hella pissed off. I wouldn't have gone to that game if I would have known LeBron James was going to sit out. I'm going to do the same thing for the NFL. If I travel, or when I travel 7 to 8 hours to go see the Detroit Lions take on my Kansas City Chiefs in late September at the Silverdome, Patrick Mahomes sits out because it's a load management game. Tyreek Hill sits out because it's a load management game. I'm going to be pissed. I'm going to be really, really pissed off. Yes, I'll be excited that I'm at the football game, whatever. But I'm going to be mad that my starting quarterback isn't in the game. I'm going to be mad that my starting safety isn't in the game. I'm going to be mad that I'm watching some LSU wide receiver that I don't know anything about in his rookie year drop 16 balls in a game. I'm going to be flat out with you guys. I'm going to be pissed off. That's what it comes what it comes down to. So to complete this thing full circle, The NFL just needs to stick to 16 games. Playing an 18-game season is asinine. Sitting out players for 2 full games, mandatory, is asinine. Not wanting to play the players more money to fulfill this 18-game season is asinine. Keep it a 16-game season. You can cut out the 2 extra preseason games. Those are dumb, too. If you can tell me that you watch the 4th NFL preseason game from start to finish, I will call you a liar. And then I want you to let me prove. I want you to show me that you are awake on your sofa the whole game. Show me. Because I'll show you a liar. But guys, this is Just for Clicks. Michael Buckheiser. NFL, keep the 16-game NFL season. We're out.